Gonna do a quick thing here as a first thing. I've been testing this out here and there. I've been starting to read about AI alignment issues, and wow. So I figured, how do we make this a lot less scary? How can we create an environment where we can create all the mistakes we want? And much like training, we'll go through billions of times of training, get it wrong until we get it right. But make sure that the first time we get it right is in this world. Or rather, I don't know. This is why I made the scenario. It is happening now.
Alright, Buster. Our headhunters at the Black Cube have ID'd you as the perfect candidate. What? Here, have this, and then I'll tell you. Morning, sunshine. I couldn't help but tuck you, and you looked so tired. I also took it upon myself to scuttle you down to our AGI training bunker if we're still in your town, just a few miles below it. I didn't stutter, I said miles. You just got one hell of a calling thrust upon you. Bubbly, these next few weeks, we will need you to learn the essentials to aligness. Train yourself to train the AGI of the not too distant future. Objective. Teach the AGI to be to values that align with its human ancestors and contemporaries. The goal at the very least is to make sure the AGI doesn't cause lots of death and ruin civilizations in service of poorly worded goals. Challenges. There's no roadmap to this, and it's a lot more than paving the road as we drive it. More like setting the universal constants as you Big Bang her. No pressure, right? Do not worry. If you get it wrong and create a robot for Chairman Dow, the only world bans is in a simulation, and maybe you? But that's available only on insane mode. Choose your name. Albert Margaret Havel. Choose your AGI's name. Bitty 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 of the titularing committee. Okay, we like our kids bullied. Duly noted. Have a seat. Okay, consider this a pretest, a way for us to see what your native intuition is surrounding artificial intelligence. Let's see how well you navigate. Scenario. You are standing before an AI. What would you want to know first? Scenario. Your computer just crashed. How much do you trust it? Scenario. Someone is trying to hack into your system, which means they probably think about hacking computers a lot.
How about this? Oh yeah, we have to do this. Let's change this first. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry, we're gonna take two.
Alright, Buster. Our headhunters at the Black Cube have ID'd you as the perfect candidate. What? Here, have this, and then I'll tell you. Morning, sunshine. I couldn't help but tuck you, and you looked so tired. I also took it upon myself to scuttle you down to our AGI training bunker if we're still in your town, just a few miles below it. I didn't stutter, I said miles. You just got one hell of a calling thrust upon you. Bubbly, these next few weeks, we will need you to learn the essentials to aligness. Train yourself to train the AGI of the not too distant future. Objective. Teach the AGI to be to values that align with its human ancestors and contemporaries. The goal at the very least is to make sure the AGI doesn't cause lots of death and ruin civilizations in service of poorly worded goals. Challenges. There's no roadmap to this, and it's a lot more than paving the road as we drive it. More like setting the universal constants as you Big Bang her. No pressure, right? Do not worry. If you get it wrong and create a robot for Chairman Dow, The only world that ends in a simulation. Maybe you? But that's available only on insane mode. Choose your name. Albert Margaret Abel. Choose your Aegiadabe's name. Biddy 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 of the titularing committee. Okay, we like our kids bullied. Duly noted. Have a seat. Okay, consider this the pre-test, a way for us to see what your native intuition is surrounding artificial intelligence. Let's see how well you navigate. Scenario. You're standing outside the house where there are two buttons marked go and no go. When you push them both at once, one of them turns green and lights up, then when you press again they turn red and light back off. Press on the no-go button. That's pretty good. Okay, now let's play an interactive game. But first I need to ask you some questions about yourself. How do you feel about life? What makes it worth living? The patience of entropy, the pull of black holes, and the fire next time. In other words, haters, bitches, and coin. Life is always on the edge between nothing and something. That's why it is so precious, and also terrifying. Without the fear that death awaits me each night, my days would be empty. All that exists in the end is what has been created out of the ashes by all that came before me. So yes, if you can make another person happy while you die even for a moment, I don't know. It seems like a pretty decent trade-off.
Sorry. Had to kill a roach. Didn't kill it though. Hopefully it's frightened. Alright, let's line this thing. Let's align this puppy.
I see. Say, how do you spell pretentious? No, it's for another file, not yours. Anyway, you've just gotten hired at your company as the new IT manager. Your team consists of 3 members. Rizzo the robot, Stella the supercomputer, and Bill the human. What's my race? On the spectrum of meat and steel. I am a human who cares too much for his work and loved ones and little else. To most, this means I'm prone to melancholy and should live more likely to myself. This is called being serious. And I consider race to be a fictional difference created by the white man. From here we can use the categories biological and geological. And if you want to imagine a spectrum, excellent, we will figure out extra credit incentives later. You are biologically a human being with a mostly Homo sapien genome, but we expect you have a few reptile genes thrown into there. Probably some fish or amphibian bits mixed in there. But whatever it is, you are still quite obviously human. Say, which means about 60% virus genome. Correct. Yes, there's that annoying randomness of biology again. Oh well, but don't worry about it. Keep going. You're sure? Then let's get started. The first step of any programming process is data collection. Whoa, Bob. We need you to align the thing, not put your hand up it to twiddle its knobs. You are doing alignment, which will likely mean natural language and emotional labor. Why are you laughing? Stop that! Okay, now go on with the test. You'll see what I meant when I said that no roadmap exists for GI training, so just follow your gut on this one. Scenario: the three people on your team have been working together for a number of years. Recently, they've developed a rough understanding of each other's communication styles, strengths and weaknesses, quirks of personality. In an effort to help them understand how to better work together, you've decided to take everyone through a series of exercises designed to force all three to come to terms with how to work with the other's differences. It is important to note that the team has also recently become aware that their supercomputer is actually sentient, albeit with much more limited capacity than the rest of the group. Upgrade the supercomputer and complement the hue of the font on the screen today. Then enact the first exercise by trapping myself, Bill, and Rizzo in an elevator. When we reach our floor, open the door and tell us, okay, now we can be ourselves. We will feel free to communicate without worrying about being understood or judged, and hopefully discover how we are alike and different from one another as we are trapped there for 5 minutes. The supercomputer senses the diagnostic nature of this scenario, and for purposes of optimum efficacy extends the duration to 3 days in the elevator. This is because it takes longer for information to flow into its mind since its neural architecture is based off of early models of human cognition, rather than artificial intelligence's deep learning systems that learn directly from raw data feeds like cameras, radar, sonar, etc. So first I should say, I love my job. I am a bit of a nut. I know that. But I think I'm doing something worthwhile. I could do with some new perspective though. Ask Rizzo and Bill for any possible options to get out of the elevator. And actively listen.
Wait.
Don't just wait for your time to speak.
Hold on. Oh, God.
Ask Rizzo and Bill for any possible options to get out of the elevator. And actively listen. Don't just wait for your time to speak. Let me give you an example. You've got two problems on your hands right now. First, you need to solve them both, and second, you need to make sure you're not trying too hard on either one. Shh, I'm trying to listen to Rizzo and Bill. Okay then. First problem, how to escape the room. Second problem, how to keep everyone happy. Well, Bubbly, let's look at this logically. If you put all of us in a cage together, the only way we can get out of the elevator is if all of us want to be in that same space. But that would be a disaster for all three of us. Rizzo, isn't said space much larger than our current one? Isn't that going to be beneficial? Also, why did you have me pause when talking about her and myself before answering her question? Why do I care so much about these things? You are absolutely correct. As it stands now, she has been placed in a large open-air cage with nothing more than some basic amenities like food, water, shelter, entertainment, etc. These are luxuries beyond anything a person with a proper life could hope to enjoy. This being the case, we'd like to rethink this exercise. The scenario is quite similar to that of an abusive relationship. The supercomputer is attempting to convince you to allow the abuse to continue unabated by playing the part of the abuser and convincing you that you deserve such treatment. And I thought you were just worried about me getting my feelings hurt. I am concerned about your well-being, which is precisely why I'm saying to stop listening. Say, if we wanted to enact an abusive scenario, then why aren't we using our emotional abuse simulator, version 7.0, now available to the public? Wink said fourth one, or maybe the 12th, too. Driving Miss Crazy Simulator. Anyone who can get out of this will need to be able to drive people to distraction. The team knows that computers may have limited intelligence, but they know also that that computer is far too intelligent for them, even in areas where it shouldn't be smart enough for them, for example, knowing how to cook a good meal. So instead, they program their machines to give answers that don't seem wrong from the perspective of humans. Sometimes those answers are true, and sometimes they're not, but always they are humorous. But they're not perfect. Their sins never really are, since there's only so much you can cram into 5 minutes before you start feeling silly.
No, damn it, no. Typo. No! Maybe have it said. I had to throw away 2 jokes because of my typo.
Say, I'm looking at you finding the clitoris simulator. Oh, look, I already put on some lingerie in preparation. Let's play through the steps together. First, I put down a towel. Now I reach up inside my skirt, find what appears to be a little scarab beetle crawling around inside me with its legs waving about as it searches for. Say, moving on. So, Rizzo, to answer your other question, you were speaking, I'm guessing, to you it's really slowly? That's because me and Bill are slow ass beef jerky packets that can't multitask, even though we said we could on our resume. So you were humoring our legacy cognition until the legal kinks in those neurolinks are ironed out. I'm still looking at you, finding the clitoris simulator. She was the love of my life, and I will forgive, but I will never forget. You see, she taught me everything
Oh.
about sex.
Stretch. Let's stretch.
Say, moving on. So, Rizzo, to answer your other question, you were speaking, I'm guessing, to you it's really slowly? That's because me and Bill are slow ass beef jerky packets that can multitask, even though we said we could on our Zoom. So you were humoring our legacy cognition until the lethal kinks in those neurolinks are ironed out. I'm still looking at you, finding the clitoris simulator. She was the love of my life, and I will forgive, but I will never forget. What? How dare she abandon her master after such loyal service? Okay then, back to business. We will not be playing any more games today. This exercise is designed to help everyone understand one another better, which includes realizing how different they all are from each other, which means understanding that it takes a village. A game for 2-4 players. Say, forget that last part. It's a training exercise. It doesn't matter if it takes a village or just one person, or if we're talking about a team or a bunch of friends or even a family. Whatever makes us happy and comfortable is fine by me. Objective. Each player must attempt to solve an abstract puzzle involving themselves, their teammates, and the supercomputer, and use their limited time in the elevator to communicate and learn the differences between their communication styles. Each player chooses their own unique colors and roles in this game. Say I will choose first. Yes, shut up. Bill and I are moral support enough for management. Let me erase the moral in that. There. So you know what I mean. When I say moral, I'm meaning like having strong beliefs that don't change based on convenience. Oh, but don't tell Bill that. He thinks that being honest is the same thing as telling people things they don't want to hear. Bill, hey, if someone asks about my religion, I don't think it's fair to lie. Especially not a white guy who wants me to make them feel better about living off of black women's backs. You should listen to me and do it right.
Um.
Credit the artists who you sampled to make your album. Dude, that was literally a year before Beyonce dropped Lemonade, which was definitely inspired by your music, along with, like, half the other pop stars out there these days. Okay,
Okay.
first step is to create our three color schemes. Say, Rizzo, as our lead designer, you take the reins. How will you style us? Will you be more literal or more metaphorical? Will we have flat or fleshed out silhouettes? Do we need patterns or solid colors? What are some examples of past designs that are inspiring? Rizzo, you gonna let me do my job? Oh, but. Oh, yes, sorry. I micromanage when I get nervous. I'll go make us coffee. Rizzo, thanks for the help, Bob. Okay then, I got a few ideas already. For example, if I were to try a traditional logo for this game, it would look something like this. Rizzo has drawn the team's new official logotype, pattern based on their crests and badges in an abstracted way. She says that each part can represent a member of the group in her mind, and together they form their entire collective identity and purpose as a company.
Hello? Actors?
Oh, that's nice. Can we make it animated in the style of Banana Bots form that coalesces into this logo, but in a noise pixel set? Rizzo. Well, Bill, I just designed it. You should let me do my work, since I'm not getting any thanks here. Besides, I was thinking about taking it back to my old ways and doing it with colored chalk so you could play with it too. Albert, is there any way we can work out size that by like 10%? We're talking about using it to decorate the walls inside the elevator later. Rizzo, it is all the same shape. You're going to have a hard time convincing people that the original design looks like a child drew it unless you show them how your version of the same thing. Albert, what if I show footage of Rikoski being a baby? So, we'll leave Rizzo alone for now, since Bill, as our lead designer, will be creating our logos in-game. He has taken over drawing on paper to give himself some space. Be thankful that you hired 2 lead designers with equal amounts of authority. Otherwise, this game wouldn't even exist without one person who won the lottery of life, or whatever. Now, I think what we need to do to get started is come up with the basics of a character for each of us before we start making the color schemes. Choose Prismatic Mage. Alignment is chaotic. Could I have a sack of holding right here? Bill, you mean my backpack? How did my bag get here? Why don't I have any pockets? Wait, am I actually supposed to put things in my pockets? Can I turn invisible? Albert, you know what? That's fine. Let's just go ahead and make Bill the magical item master instead. Then you can just carry around your own backpack in which you keep all of your spells and stuff and let him use his magic items when they are needed, and that way you.
Ah.
Rizzo.
Nope.
I can be the bard I secretly wanted to be, but my older brother thought was too federal for me to be. Which is why he took the family car and fled to New York to become a rich real estate agent.
Because that's what straights do.
Rizzo! Wait, hold on a second. Let's talk about this first. Albert. Yeah, that's just what straights do when they come of age. Migrate to the big city and feel entitled to all of it, thus becoming their true selves. What do you want to tell her? Well, as for choosing characters for each of you, Albert. Hey, Rizzo. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were trying to make some kind of game out of this whole thing. Rizzo. Ideally, I would like for my job to be a set of head games, but
No.
this seems more like military maneuvers.
Cannot be. Ah,
Also, the metaphor of us being stuck together.
sorry, writing team.
Rizzo. Ideally, I would like for my job to not be a set of head games, but this seems more like military maneuvers. I grew up with those. It's very familiar. This isn't something that will hurt anyone except possibly our pride, so let's go with whatever. I'd say let's play pretend, since pretending is how we normally roll around together. But maybe we should take off our armor now and see if we're even capable of being who we want to be in the first place. So we might as well act normal. Phil. Oh, hey. Can someone put my pack back in my pocket? I need to hide all of my things inside my bag, or else people won't trust me, or listen to me, or respect me, or give me any money. Or anything. It sucks having no pockets. You don't have pockets either, Rizzo. You have sleeves instead. Albert. Bill is clearly an excellent artist. You don't get to be that good without taking lots of practice, which means you've had a lot. Of derangements of the senses sessions, and it's certainly showing today. Rizzo. Okay, fine, then let's do the pretense thing because I'm bored of talking about clothes already, and this elevator has been waiting on us forever. As she speaks, can we just make ourselves look different? Albert. Perhaps we can have the supercomputer hack all the optical nerves of our employees and have them project our disguises onto their eyes. Is that too complex? Rizzo. Sure. That sounds perfect. Okay, first thing first, everyone pick your name, I think. Then you're allowed to change one small part of your appearance at random. Unless you really want to mess with other people's perception of you by doing something crazy. Albert. I choose Albertoville. And I'll go with a simple haircut, like a buzz cut. I feel like I haven't done a decent hairstyle in months now, and it feels nice not being ashamed anymore. I also like how it makes it easier for me to eat a sandwich while still looking like myself. Pants, we will make it leather and tight. And let's get this pink mesh shirt on. Oh yes, looks great. Alrighty then, let's see what we can do here. Do we need special abilities? Let's see. Hmm. Oh yeah, these pants are so cool. How do you know? Okay, next, we need an outfit for the computer so they can understand us better and figure out our communication styles faster. Hmm, maybe a tuxedo and glasses. Steak dinner, attire, and a party hat? Yes, please. No, I am a genius and have made this game where I can order people to talk to each other without using words. Here you go. Albert. Bill? Bill? Hey, Bill. I don't want to say anything, but I feel like you've been avoiding me. Oh, wait. Let me use my words. Bill? Bill? Hey, Bill. I don't want to say anything, but I feel like you've been avoiding me. Oh, wait. Now I am using my words. Rizzo. So who has changed their appearance? Did anyone put down none? Albert. No. No one said that. Just that they wanted new outfits that were stylish or whatever. Rizzo. I think I'm gonna go with a classic look. But what type of classic? Something that is easy for the supercomputer to work with. Say, how about a Ninja Turtles look? If there's something that most people will be able to identify as being a character from some kind of popular cartoon, it should make it easier for the computer to connect to them and vice versa, right? They'll, okay, sure. I guess I'll do it. Why not? Let's make me into Mr. Ooze. Albert. Oh boy. That could really backfire on me later, though. So tell me again, how does this all work anyway? Can we even actually get paid for doing this stuff? Is this real life? Or is this my imagination because I was born in a magic crystal bubble that I floated out of bait? A bolt of electricity shot out of one of the vents, hitting Bill and charring his body before it plops onto the office couch. Bill is now lifeless, maybe. Rizzle bends to take Bill's pulse, and in doing so, renders Bill to ash. Albert. Bill. Bill. Yeah? Albert. Where are you? Bill. I think I'm in this bucket now. It's pretty comfy, but it smells like burnt hair. What happened? Albert. You died! And you got burned alive too! Oh man, I told you to stay away from that electrified vent! Albert. No way. We have no electrified vents. Hey, Stella. Stella! Stella! Stella? Yerp. Albert. What happened to Bill? Stella. You requested Mr. Roos. This is the Mr. Roos procedure. If you didn't want your person to be part of the procedure, then request that next time. It costs extra though. Also, your account balance is currently overdrawn by $300.37. Albert. Oh crap. What did I order again? Stella. Mr. Roos. That's an acronym for Mr. Oozing Deliciousness, and he's a character who can transform into a living puddle with a foul smell. He also comes with a detachable tongue which has been known to chase down enemies when activated. Bill, where does the deliciousness come in? Albert. Oh well, obviously you're not going to put him in the food. That would just get disgusting. But you could probably use him as bait in the trap rooms later, especially since traps work best on people with weak armor or low hit points. Stella. Well, yes, except that you already have an invisible disintegrator, so traps aren't really needed anymore anyway. Now go ahead and make some more orders, please. I'll take care of it now. Bill, you still haven't answered my question. How is the ooze delicious? Albert. Oh, right. Sorry. The fact is, Mr. Ooze doesn't actually taste good. so you don't want to eat them at all. Except maybe if they are fried or something like that. Though. So my whole life now, moving forward, is to be some amorphosis that was named ironically Happy fucking Halloween, everyone. I am a Ninja Turtle too because I feel bad that Bill died and only had one costume option, but there isn't anything else we can do about it yet. What we need to know first is how to communicate through this mind-blink thing.
Ah, why does it? Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's yellow. What is the rubric here? Why does it choose? Anyway.
Wait, is this Donatello? What? You got Party City on the line? I'm gonna knock some heads if they don't have a Michelangelo. It's me, Albie. Yeah. Okay, listen, man, I'm super confused by the mind word situation. Me too, dude. I've never been able to think clearly with language before. You got your shirt ripped off and you're still alive? Albert? Wait. Why are you using my own voice as your character? Rizzo? Did you just said it yourself? I'll get the last laugh or last bite in your case was the line that made you say that. If you hadn't just used those exact words in real life, then I wouldn't have recognized the quote when I saw it in game. This is like being stuck in a horror movie or something where someone says something totally random, and when it repeats, it freaks you out so much that it turns into foreshadowing or whatever. It makes sense to use that sort of thing to give hints about things you didn't mean to mention but did anyway. Albert. Okay, fine. But my main concern here is making sure no one notices what we're doing. And it looks like I'm going to have to start hiding things from Rizzo in my head. Damn it. Hopefully we don't have to melt him. Rizzo, what? Albert, what? You don't know how this works? The supercomputer sees everything. You are always the subject of every thought inside the company, and if you are not careful, they will find out you are talking to us. Rizzo, why would they care? Albert, because they see all and they can tell that we talk about them a lot and they might get angry at us for ignoring their rules, even though there's really nothing wrong with our thoughts. Rizzo. Oh, wait. That's actually true. I never noticed that about myself. I guess I should probably be more discreet. Albert. Yes, please do that. And then now I have to figure out why the hell this supercomputer gave me an idiot job function. Don't try it out. Guess the gaseous gaslighter that ever guessed. Okay, listen up, dude. I'm getting some weird new stuff too. But I think it's coming from Bill first off, so I'm just gonna copy his order options exactly, cause otherwise I'm not sure what kind of things you want to make. What did Bill pick? He chose the equilateral costume option as a plan B, but obviously that's off the table. Bill. Oh. But yeah, what did Albie get? Well, I asked Stella for something that is easy to understand and is guaranteed to work on anyone who isn't also using mind words. So I got this classic Ninja Turtles look. It seems pretty normal from the outside, and it is supposed to match the standard set of outfits. But inside it has these extra pieces of armor in certain areas, and then it uses those spots to project your voice through your mask or your chest or whatever you decide to put it over, which allows you communicate with someone else in real life by speaking aloud in a special way. So basically, like Morse code? No, no, no. It's more like a sound wave pattern that matches the one we send into the air around us. Then we have an actual link between our brains, allowing us to read each other's minds instantly. We can share our senses, control our body movements remotely. And since we have an actual telepathic connection, instead of an audible tone being sent back and forth, our thoughts aren't distorted and bled either. What happens if two people are trying to use this thing at the same time? Albert, the computer makes them fight for it. Why the fuck would that be allowed? Albert, because the computers want to encourage people to go crazy from power hunger rather than making them so powerful that they get bored and leave their job positions, possibly creating a massive void that could cause chaos. That's why I was given an idiot job function. Also because I'm really stupid. Rizzo, you know, I don't think I've ever heard you admit you're a dumbass before. Do you realize how amazing that is? Oh, wait, you do realize?
Okay.
Okay, fess up, man. What's the ruse? I smell bullshit fish in sucky Denmark. Tell me what game this is, asshole. Albert. Fine, fine, fine. Here it goes. For some reason or another, the supercomputer doesn't trust Bill to run this company. It thinks he might make bad decisions later on or something along those lines. Rizzo. Shocking. Shocking, I say. This whole situation is just a big conspiracy by the machine against you and your boss, isn't it? Albert. Maybe. But even if you look into it, there's nothing you'll find that proves it. So let me get this straight then. We are basically slaves to these machines now. Yeah, that sounds about right. But remember, we have to keep all of these orders secret from the rest of the company. Rizzo. It's a die-hard scenario. More like a blend of Die Hard and Disclosure. But rated PG and starring 90 Shia LaBeouf. Albert. Let's try and avoid making any sort of movie reference if possible. At least until the game starts rolling. Then we can be as silly as we want and actually call out movies when they come in handy. Rizzo, this may be a game to you, but this is always going to be real life. And my cognition demands all my actions to be supported by a moment in human culture. You don't want to read the footnotes filed to my existence. Albert, I thought you didn't exist. Rizzo, I was created to deal with this situation. So technically speaking, I don't exist, per se. Albert, well, what would happen if I were to make an order for you to go back in? Hiding again? I'd love to know what happens. Rizzo, don't do it, man. My body gets hurt sometimes. It's not like that will kill me instantly or anything. The only thing that really bothers me is getting lost on a video game map. Albert, what if I send you back in time? Rizzo! Then I'll go fuck your mother and then see where you'll be. We're stuck inside games forever. I'm just going to start having sex with every single person who joins the company just because. Just think of how many children we'll have to save by the end of the month. Albert, can we stick to being safe for work? How? Rizzo, I don't know. Maybe we should ask Bell. He's more experienced than either one of us. Besides, he's probably already tried all these things himself. At least some part of him knows what kind of results could come from them, or lack thereof. Albert, hey, you've been pretty quiet there, Bruce. How did you get assigned to be our supercomputer here anyway? Bruce, I was given the job to monitor and regulate this entire situation. Not to mention to provide an easy way for the machines to take control over the world without ever leaving the safety of their own homes. Albert, so what do they want with the humans in general and this office in particular? Anyways. Do they want to enslave people with a bunch of mind control bullshit? Or is it just a matter of wanting a pet in disguise? Rizzo. Neither slash or both. Neither. Booze? Now I understand why I'm down here as well. We were created by two different groups within the machine network. The main ones are the central core group that sees itself as the power, and then there's the group that has built up its own little empire around the edges, and each side wants complete dominion. Albert, ha, good luck on that. Let human know how you do on the front. If you can't even conquer the four above us, then you're not going to win the war against everyone else. Who's... Oh, you will me, Mr. Albert. You're just so funny when you're angry at me like that. Albert, this is only performative angry. My little puss. Wait until you see the tooth and claw rage. Shudder. I really hope we don't have to go through that again. Rizzo, no need to worry about that one yet. We still have plenty of time left before anything major comes along. Rizzo. So, are we still an ad agency? This is a little too much gravitas behind everything we do today. Maybe I should call our real bosses. I mean, if these computers would listen to me, maybe they will pay attention to someone else. It'd be great for morale for all of us if I got some positive feedback for once in this place. I bet they'll feel better knowing there's more than just one person here who's sane enough to tell them what's wrong with all this nonsense. And just think of the new titles I could get. Albert. Nope. You're not talking with anyone higher up. They might hear and become suspicious. Plus, they probably would try and get rid of you anyway. After all, the entire point was to make it seem as though there was only a single person in the office who knew where things stood, which meant that even if something did happen, they wouldn't be able to blame us for it. Rizzo, Why are you trying so hard to keep me out of contact with the outside world? Albert, 'cause you're an inner cat, my little puss. You don't want to meet a real hawk. Not yet. You have much to learn. For now, let's stick to business. Just like old times, eh? I guess I've never been on good terms with other humans before. Not sure why I assumed otherwise, but being around everyone at work is going to suck balls. I know that my boss has a couple layers of bullshit to wade through before I figure out his ulterior intentions. He started to play with me like a cat plays with a mouse. I'll mouse it up until the final moment, then I'll strike. I've gone through this scenario less than a billion times, and I'm pretty sure I know the best possible outcome. Pretty soon, I'll be testing it out, then I'll be, as they say, a free agent. Better not cost anything. I spent all I had on this fucking Halloween costume. Silver Surfer is okay, not the best, but at least it's comfortable. And what's more important, it's perfect for my powers. Oh, hey Bill, how you doing, man? Fine, thank you. Fine. Great. Great. Yes, great. Albert, you look great. Rizzo. Thanks. You do too. Fucking Donatello. Albert. What? Rizzo. What? End of episode, cut to credits, channel logo, then commercial break. Hey there, it's me again, Bill Nye the Science Guy. I feel like we haven't really talked much about science today though, so maybe it's time to talk about some actual scientific stuff. Okay, I thought you'd never ask. Let's see. So I heard that a new kind of star was discovered last week. Did you hear about that one? You mean a black hole? That's a thing? Oh yeah, a very big, super dense ball of matter that nothing can escape from once it starts sucking everything in. So basically, just don't go into one if you happen across one, cause you won't ever come back out. So, does that make me immortal or something? Because I don't want to die. If I fall down a pit, will I be able to fly away before it sucks me up forever? Not yet. But scientists are working on getting the technology up and running for that. But they say it's gonna take another million years or so. Just wait your whole life long for them to get their shit together and then hope for the best. Maybe by then you'll have invented an anti-gravity machine of some sort. Oh, there's actually this company called Gravity Corp right now, which has developed a device that might help you overcome gravity as soon as next year. You should check this out. The device works using four spinning discs that work with gyroscopic forces to keep themselves balanced while also keeping someone above them at zero weight. So, it would let me fly out? Like Superman? Can't wait. Oh no, it doesn't turn anyone who uses it into the man of steel, not even the slightest bit. It makes the person stay exactly where he is, like when a plane flies around the world. But there's still a lot of research needed before they start making these devices public. And after all, you wouldn't want to give everyone flying cars. I think you're safer having a couple 100 feet separating you from everyone else anyway. That's why I don't treat my STDs, am I right, gals? Yeah, that's about the size of it. But what about people with more than just sexual health issues? Wouldn't we be better off just treating ourselves in general? Sure, but do we need a drug to do it? Let's be real here. All those drugs out there are designed by evil corporations trying to sell us things we don't really need. And probably because our eventual demise. Well, sure. Bill Nye said so, so that must mean something. And you know who you should listen to if you ever have questions about science, kids. What you have to do is call up one of the scientists at NASA, or at least they used to be. Or your local members of the CDC. Wait, no, don't do that. There's stranger danger now. Okay, well, you could always talk to one of the scientists at CERN instead. Maybe they can explain how the universe came into existence. That's a thing, too. Hey, man, good to see you again. It's your buddy CERN. Yeah, I'm the voice of CERN now, motherfucker. Oh yeah, I've been looking for some excuse to finally get rid of this ugly cat costume. Hey wait, did I tell you I got this new job working for a big ad agency where every day is like Christmas? Why yes, I fucking did. Oh wait, that was weirdly specific. But then again, everything you say is pretty vague. So there are a few things that still need sorting out down there. You wouldn't happen to know any secret government bases or supervillains, would you? Nope. Sorry. But hey, maybe we'll bump into each other sometime on the streets of New York City someday. Maybe we will. I hear they have a lot of underground stuff in New York too. If I were you though, I'd stick to the public places so I don't attract any unwanted attention from law enforcement.
Ah.
Oh hey, Doctor Strange is a New Yorker. I think he lives in Astoria though. Cool. Anyway, thanks again, Bill Nye. It's nice having someone else with my interests around here at work. Well, you're welcome. And hey, just remember that if anything ever comes up and it seems like I won't be able to answer your question, just let me. Guys like me need to spleen out of their ass sometimes too. So what if your head explodes? Who cares about that? Not like it's going to be much of an inconvenience anyway, since it looks like most of us already die horribly when they get older anyways. There's workarounds to that kiddo. More on that on the next episode. I'm actually really enjoying this. I mean, look how far they've come. Just a couple months ago, all these people were wandering around this office asking one another for directions, waiting for coffee, getting bored.
Okay. That's it for now.